Registered Phenomena Code, 026. Object Class, Gamma Yellow. Hazard Types, Sapient Hazard, Grouped Hazard, Organic Hazard. Containment Protocols. A site has been established in the northeastern redacted sea, 10 km away from the origin point of RPC-026 from which operations/staff/others will be directed. The area harboring all RPC-026 specimens currently accounted for is to be marked with buoys marking the perimeter of the Black Zone 1. 2 authority-manned boats disguised as an ambiguous military coast guard are to patrol the outer edges of the Yellow Zone. Under no circumstances is anyone, without strict authorization by no less than 3 Level 4 personnel allowed beyond the Yellow Zone. Should any civilian attempt to cross the boundaries belonging to the Black Zone, their vessels are to be immediately disabled and any passengers on board administered amnestics. Should an instance of RPC-026A become greater in size than normal, a white noise generator regulated to distribute noise according to the hearing ranges of RPC-026 placed within the Black Zone is to be activated. This noise will not be enough to harm them, but it will disrupt the cohesiveness of all instances of RPC-026A nearby. This will normally result in the reduction of their size, not always work due to the differences of size and structure of each instance. As such, other methods of disruption are currently being devised. Due to the apparent size of RPC-026A1, it is unable to be contained by current means and is unaffected by the white noise utilized to contain other instances of RPC-026A. RPC-026A1 is to be continuously monitored for any changes in usual behavior. Should any changes be observed, they are to be reported directly to the nearest available Level 4 authority personnel. Description: RPC-026 is a branching genus of Bonapartia pedaliota 2. RPC-026 is larger than their non-anomalous counterparts, being roughly 12.4 cm in length. RPC-026 also has much longer '1R and canine-like teeth as well as harder scales, able to withstand blunt damage, and resistance to perforation unheard of from other species of similar makeup. Specimens of RPC-026 have shown to possess intelligence greater than that of their non-anomalous counterparts. However, their full capabilities only show when working in groups. Once a collective of RPC-026 establish a group, they are then designated as an instance of RPC-026A. These groups have shown extraordinary cohesiveness, and can even be considered as a completely separate entity altogether. Instances of RPC-026A are able to formulate complex shapes when together, and can create shapes with much more complexity. Their size also has a great margin of influence on their gross intelligence. When an instance of RPC-026A is confronted with white noise according to their hearing ranges, their entire makeup is disrupted and their size will generally decrease with stray specimens of RPC-026 left in dazed-like states. Although this white noise is especially proficient in its use for containment of RPC-026, it is unable to harm them. Most instances of RPC-026A will possess a standard amount of 150 specimens of RPC-026 in total. With a group of 150, they have roughly the intelligence of a Delphinus Tersiops 3. However, on some occasions, these schools will reach up to redacted in numbers. As an instance's size increases, their groups become more sophisticated and complex, with the development of roles within such as protectors and hunters, with the most important position of leader belonging to the strongest and most intelligent RPC-026 specimen. The trend of roles will usually consist of the adult specimens circulating around the outside of the instance while the oldest and youngest, as well as the leading specimen, living within its innermost parts. All eggs laid by any female specimens are also kept within the instance of RPC-026A. As such, many of the more highly developed instances of RPC-026A are believed to create complex social structures. Instance of RPC-026A hunting various aquatic life, in this particular image taken by a nearby waterproof camera, an average shark. The much more advanced instances of RPC-026A have shown to possess extraordinary learning capabilities. Captured instances have been able to learn rudimentary sign language, organizing each of the individual specimens of RPC-026 into rough symbols representing various phrases. On multiple occasions, RPC-026A has been able to formulate basic conversation, though when separated, they lose their collective intelligence. As of date redacted, 5 instances are currently in authority possession, also consisting of redacted number of specimens of RPC-026. Instances of RPC-026A are extremely territorial, and will often attempt to claim territories that belong to other instances of RPC-026A as their own. This results in clashes occurring between multiple instances. In these clashes, it will always result in the victor gaining a large increase in size and overall intelligence. The surviving RPC-026 of the defeated school who are not assimilated into the victor's instance will be exterminated. Due to these violent bouts, the populations of RPC-026 have been continually self-contained and have therefore been able to avoid the public eye until date redacted. On this date, the instance known as RPC-026A1 had disrupted that containment, and began hunting in areas beyond its own. As of date redacted, there has been one instance that has dominated a substantial part of the redacted sea. This instance has been designated as RPC-026A1. As many as redacted specimens of RPC-026 belong to this instance. Researcher estimated place the entirety of its length between 30 km and 50 km. Multiple disappearances of ships and aircraft have occurred in the area where this particular instance resides, and it is highly likely that this instance is solely responsible for their disappearances. Addendum 141.1, as of date redacted, RPC-026A1 has grown by approximately 5 km in body length. Due to unknown reasons, RPC-026A1 has grown extremely hostile and aggressive, attacking large amounts of nearby aquatic life and completely disrupting the ecosystem. Potential for RPC-026A1 encountering the local fishing village of redacted has grown immensely. Methods of containment regarding RPC-026A1 are currently being developed. Footnotes. 1. A base distance of 30 meters from each side of the redacted reef is to be marked as the black zone, with a second perimeter extending the black zone out an extra 45 meters to be regarded as the yellow zone. 2. Long ray fangjaw. 3. Bottlenose dolphin.